Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, we got a bunch of stuff planned. Bunch of random little projects that I figured now would be a good time to take care of since we're kind of starting to get a little city coming along here, which is great. So what I'm kind of thinking about doing with the world, now that we're actually starting to get some of the farms in and we're starting to get established where we can actually afford to do big projects like this, it's time to start kind of pulling this little village, so to speak, or kind of the outskirts of town together. So I have not decided yet if I really want to stick with this type of path like this and kind of keep the grass on the sides, or if I wanted to do something like my first world tour video that I uploaded where everything is kind of on stone and then there's like planter boxes and things like that to bring the green in. I'm kind of leaning towards doing something a little bit different, like kind of out here with the buildings. But I guess once we start getting some stuff kind of closer together, it might be better to go with the stone. But that being said, we got some acacia trees growing right here because I want the leaves to do some terraforming. And I figured we would, at least for the time being, maybe we'll change it later, but connect up, you know, my little back exit right here that I added last episode off camera. I was getting so sick of running around to the front of the building to get in, so I just added a little staircase here. So we'll be fancying this up, probably bringing a path down around here over to the wool and iron farm building, that we just built last episode. And then maybe get some more custom trees, get rid of that, or move that. And yeah, it's just going to be kind of a relaxing terraforming episode. So that being said, the first thing that I did want to start with was, because my storage room, for the time being, is not this floor, but up another floor, so we don't have to go up the stairs every time. I was just going to add a little bubble vader system, probably right in here. So I'm going to get that in real quick, and you know what? It's a pretty easy project, so we will do it on camera. So let's see. So that's down to my little extra storage room that I don't really ever use. So maybe like right here could be a good place for a bubble vader. And that way we're not really too blocked by, it's not blocking the windows, it's not interfering with the door. And we can just grab some glass panes and do a couple of these. Like so. And connect those two up. So now the water should be trapped in this block right here. So if we go ahead and remove that, we can grab our soul sand, which luckily, like other sand, is not a gravity block. So that'll work out fantastic. And then we can probably just put a drop hole, I don't know, like do it right above the door. So that way we can get out easy. And then we'll come up here and make sure that, yeah, so this is out of the way. We can just boop right down and we should be good to go. That being said, though, it is nighttime. It's probably a good idea to get some sleep. And then we can grab our water bucket, chuck it in there with some kelp, and we will be all set. Super quick and easy. I do still need to do the interior of all of this. I'm not going to do that today, but it is coming. We'll get to it at some point because can't be running around with no interiors. Okay, that was problematic. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. Alrighty then, so let's go. What was the issue with that? Are these slabs or something? Why did that do that? Okay, I think I put it up one block too high. Alright, that looks good. We'll grab our kelp. We'll just come over here. And we can drop down our little hole. That back. And now we need to go up a little bit higher, so we'll do the next floor. And then we can go ahead and grab our water source right there. And there's still one down below, which is perfect. Put more water right there. And then we'll go back down. And then we'll put a hole right there so we can drop all the way through. And then we'll go back down and get our kelp. And that should spruce right up to the top. Perfect. Fantastic. All right. So that worked out great. Next up, we got to go get one in at the spider farm over there, which I really don't use that much for experience, but it is right by the strip mine, which is also over there. So I'm going to go take care of that, and then we'll join up and get cracking with the rest. So give me a sec. Alrighty, here we are at the spider farm, and pretty simple, just drop that there, and that's not what we wanted to happen. We need, do I have any wood? I do have just enough probably to make, well, more than enough to make a couple signs. We'll grab those, and then I guess we'll just throw them right there, there. Fantastic, grab our kelp. Take this all the way back up to the surface. All right, perfect. Drop back down. And actually, you know what? Since we have this extra sign, what I think I'm going to do is put the sign right there. And then we're going to put the water source right there. Grab that. And then put just a random block right there. And now when we fall, that should actually break our fall, and then we don't have to like jump out of the water, so it's a little bit easier. I guess I could also have put a slab down at the bottom and just kept it how it was, but yeah, perfect. No damage, and that way we're not like dealing with being in the water. So back to the base and on to the next thing. All right, next up on the agenda, we need to restock on lanterns. So we'll just hop in here to our villagers. I also want the bookshelves, and then we'll get some more lanterns. Not from you. Do you have lanterns? No, you don't. Lanterns. Yep, there we go. Fantastic. Anybody else have them? I can still buy a few more. All right, well, the first guy should have refreshed. That would be you. Thank you. 30 is plenty for now. All right, that takes care of that. We can put our bookshelves away and on to the next thing. This one's not that far, so I'm just going to keep rolling and keep talking. And, yeah, I think the next thing that we got to do is over here on our newest building. The little top bit right there is kind of bugging me. I want to get a third lantern in the middle and then add a cross beam across the center there just to kind of get rid of that super just bleh white area. So we're going to tower up, do that real fast. I guess from the bottom looking up, we'd probably see this one more, and then we can pull out this bottom row of the slabs, and that should make it look a little bit better. And then we can grab our bone blocks here. Well, I hear the farm's working. That's good. Grab another lantern, throw that right there, and then, you know, before I jump down, top and free cams, see how that looks. You know, that's actually quite a bit better. It's not the best because of the weird ceiling, but otherwise it would just be way too tall, and I did not have the copper for that. Alrighty, next up, we got to go fix the Bonemeal Farm, which randomly will stop working when I log out. So to do that, we're going to need some bone meal. And we will just come over here to the side, tower back up. Get rid of these. And then, let's see, I believe it's, where is it? It's not the middle one, this one. Yep, there we go. And, of course, I've got the water stream right there. That's going to be a problem. How am I going to do this? You can grab the moss. Do that. And then... oh, no, I need that one. Actually, I need all three of these. Okay, so I got to go back down to the bottom and grab some stuff from down there to get this back up and running. So we're going to need moss from this one. That should be plenty. Place them there, there, and there. And that should get everything rolling again. Okay, not sure what happened here. Okay, so that turned off. All right, so now we should be good to go. And then when the stone crosses over that one, it should trigger it to... That's not supposed to be there. Awesome. And I think we are set again. Let's just watch it for a second, make sure everything's functioning properly, because I do want more bone blocks. Alright, that looks good to me. Yeah, that's the only issue with this design, is it does do that. So if you don't turn it off and like unload it, it can occasionally get the cobblestone in there and whatnot. So for this one, we're definitely going to be putting a second floor that we can use as a maintenance access for fixing the farm when it jams up like it has a tendency to do every now and then. So we'll get rid of those. All right, next up, got to go fix the other side of the building. So let me do that real quick here. All right, so lantern, lantern, lantern. And you know what? I actually kind of like how I did the dip down right here. So I may go put that back up on the other side now that I think about it. But for the time being, let's go ahead and do that. Do that. All right, we can hop down and have a look. Yeah, see from down here, that just looks so much better. All right, I dig it. Not too shabby. We'll go put the copper back up at the top of the other side here. We are going to need to sleep, though. Okay, so let's see. We need those and we need those. Just go all the way up. Perfect. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's not quite as strange just having the plain white with no windows at the top. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Alrighty, so next up, I figured we would work on getting some paths in here. So the way I like to do this is we're just going to start here. And we'll just kind of dig down. Nice little 3 wide. And we'll kind of just... curve it kind of right through here. That gives us a little bit of space for maybe doing like some planters or a custom tree right on like this block. What's above that? So maybe like this block. We'll just put that there so we remember that's where we want the tree to go, so that way it's not in the way. And then we can kind of start to wrap this. We'll go a little bit of an angle. Still want it to be roughly 3 wide for the most part. All right, I like that quite a bit. And the other thing I was thinking is here in between the 2 buildings, I don't know if I want to do... See, if this was all stone, it would change things, because then we could have like a planter box right in between the 2 of these and then get something taller kind of in the sight line between the 2, so we kind of look through at it. That's why like this building's facing that way, that building's facing that way. It kind of gives a sense of depth and places to draw your eyes between things and framing for other builds and stuff like that. So yeah, this part for the pathway here, so I'm going to have to kind of put a pin in this and decide what I want to do. This is tough, because I'm really not looking forward to redoing like all the ground in stone. Especially if we do some sort of docks out there. So you know what? We'll just keep the pathway and then... maybe we'll put like some like, you know, piles of stuff like storage or like the beehives or a... or bee nest, whichever the craftable one is. That's a great little thing that you can use. It looks like boxes, and then you can use like looms, crafting tables, stuff like that. But anyway, so let me go get the materials for the pathway that we're going to be putting in here. It's just going to match the one over there. And then I will join right back up with you, and we'll have a look at how I do these. So give me just a second. All right, so the way that I like to do the paths, or that I'm doing them in this world, I should say, is just a mixture of cobblestone. We'll kind of just randomly strew these about. No particular rhyme or reason to it. Some diagonals are always nice, and we need a little bit more in the middle there. And do some there. We'll do a couple diagonal pieces, maybe like that. Just kind of like a random variation. You don't want to fill any like one spot in with too much of one thing. All right, that looks pretty good. And then on the edges, I like to do the mossy cobble. But again, you don't want to do too much. So we can kind of go like that. Maybe some here, one there. Kind of do that. Maybe like a little section of 4. That looks like a perfect place to have some, because the cobble always looks nice with the other cobble. And we'll do some there, and then there, and maybe one right there for good measure. Then we can go ahead and take our gravel and just fill in the other spots. That one I think should definitely be a stone variant, not a gravel. And we'll just go ahead and fill in the rest. Perfect, and we got a nice little path now. So once we add like some grass around here, it will definitely come together nicely. So next up, we're going to run over here, and I've got my Silk Touch axe. We're going to grab one of these acacia trees for the leaves. And then right there, we're going to put a custom tree. So I'll make sure I got my fences. And here's just a simple way to do like one that's not super fancy. I'm also going to need my grass back. So we'll pull this out. Put this here. Put another one next to it. Get a fence. And you know what? We'll do 2 tall on the fence. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 should be good. And then we'll come down. We'll just put one there. 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 And one there. So it's 1 block down. Jump back down to the bottom. That way we can jump up and do that. So you come all the way down and leave 1. Actually, yeah, I think I'll do the leave 1. So we'll do that. All the way down. And get rid of this grass block now. And same thing back here. And then we'll come in the middle. Do like that. Do like that. Do like that. Do like that. And then if you don't want it to look quite as like neat and perfect, you can add like an extra leaf here or there just to kind of fill it out a little bit, or take some leaves out. Maybe add one like to the side to give it a little bit of, make it look a little more full. So you know what, since we had that one there, we'll put one right there. Maybe leave that one out. One there. And then maybe one more right there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that. I think that's actually pretty good. You know what? On second thought, it's a little bit big. When you're doing the trees, you just kind of gotta play with them a little bit until you find something that you like. Yeah, that works. I think that's a little better. We'll take that one right there off. Yeah, I like it. All right, sweet. We got us a tree. My inventory is apparently quite full. Yeah, no, overall, that's a nice contrast. I really need to get that Germsy Boys Better Birch Leaves plug-in again, or data pack, to get the birch leaves that are yellow, because those just add a wonderful contrast to your little cities like this. So, yeah, let me go get the stones and things that we need to do our little, like, fix this up a little bit, and then we'll join back up and keep on keeping on. All right, a little bit later, and I have been busy. So we've got the little stairway all completed up into the base right here. So then it comes down. Got a couple tree, or a few trees, I should say, in here with the birch leaves. So when we do get the Better Leaves updated data pack, those will be yellow, the 2 end ones, and it'll give a nice contrast between the 3 of them. Extended the path down here for whatever build we decide to put up here in the future. And then went ahead and added the oak signs around the edges for the little planter boxes. And then in the front here, let's see if we can get it before it gets dark, I did go ahead and replace those 2 windows that were up there with a crossbeam. I just think it looks quite a bit better. Also replaced the acacia leaves right here on these 2 front plants with the flowering azalea leaves. And then did some little, you know, just planter boxes with, you know, either rooted dirt or coarse dirt down at the base of the trees, just to kind of give it a little more of that realistic feel, you know? So yeah, overall, I'd say we made good progress today, and this really brought this little chunk right in here together, and it's actually starting to look kind of like a build, kind of like what we've got along this way over here. We'll just take a quick little detour to go have a look, but we got the same planter box style over here, and then it's very, you know, kind of lush and almost overgrown, but not too much. So it just adds like a little bit extra detail, you know, having the bushes and the grass and the stuff like that around. So it's looking a lot better from the front over there. I will have to go back and add some of the little pools of water by just putting a stair that's waterlogged in the floor and some of the buttons to be like stones like we did over here. But yeah, no, some of these areas are really starting to look like a city. So what I'm thinking is next episode, we'll probably put a structure around this and then try to figure out, I figure we could do like some sort of big, not quite that tall, but like kind of an in-between height building right here in the center, just to kind of divide this up a little bit. So that way there's kind of like a path that goes around. Maybe it can come through the middle. I don't know. We could do like a diagonal build or something. But like I said, that's for the next episode. And I think we are out of time for this one. Time flies when you're terraforming. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Check out all my links in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.